Chat, it's time. Hello. Thank you, Cherry, for the treat time. That was not what I was referring to whenever I said it's time, but it's a good second. Oh. So, how's everyone doing? Are you guys excited? I'm excited. If you couldn't tell. If you couldn't tell, of course. So, we will go over the patch first, as it goes into a lot more detail than the DLC does. So, I have, as you guys can see in the background, I have loaded our save, but I'm not actually loaded into our save. So, I have not seen anything new. Hi, Gummy. Also, I'm not stinky, but thank you. So, um, there's a couple of bug fixes. I'm not really going to go over the bug fixes because I'm not going to go over the bug fixes. um, I was not ready for the dun dun dun. Not yet. What? I don't remember what I said. Oh, that I'm not stinky. Got it. Okay. But anyway, so we're gonna go over the gameplay stuff. So first things first, Heartseeker, which is the archer, which is one of the legendary archery attacks. I think it was one of the legendaries. Is no longer a guaranteed hit, but its damage now scales with accuracy. So I assume that the more your accuracy gets, like the more of your accuracy that gets ignored, then gets added to the damage, like past the 95% cap. It increased the wisdom scaling of the defender and guardian class, which is very nice. Increased the damage reflection of stalwart defender from 10 to 20%. Changed the teamwork skill groupie. Now increases the party BP gain by 50%. But every time the leader gets damaged, the rest of the party loses 2 to 5 BP, which honestly makes that a really good skill. That's probably one we're going to put on a lot of teams. Especially teams that start with bards, or that have bards as their leader. Actually, I think that might be what groupie is. I don't remember. We'll have to look. But definitely a good skill. Reduce the cooldown of meditate, which is a skill that high mages and witches have by one turn, which is very nice. Remove the physical resistance scaling from several enemies, and instead they now gain an armor buff skill at appropriate levels. This prevents absurd resistance scalings at the highest levels, which we kind of saw with one of the enemies, where like literally our B was not able to do any damage to them because they just had ridiculous armor. The effects from the class skill Protector from the Guardian class now also protects themselves. This was one that granted protection stacks to allies in the area. It now also grants themselves protection stacks, making it actually a really useful skill. Resist Mastery now also gives 10% damage reduction, which will help all of our Guardian class characters. Added another skill to the skill collection, Advanced Shield Techniques, called Armor Up, which applies 3 stacks of protection to the caster for 3 turns for 1 AP, which honestly is really, really good. Depending on the MP cost, that's going to be really good. Increase the aura range of Missile Barrier by 1, which is very nice. That's a Guardian skill as well. Yeah, it sounds like Guardians get a shit ton of new stuff. And yes, Carpi gets a lot better. Considering Resist Mastery, which is a skill he already knows, he has an additional 10% damage reduction, and I think he already has 5, 10, 15. 20 maybe from an item. So that gives them a 30% damage reduction. If I'm not mistaken. Paladin resistances now also grant a 10% damage reduction. So I don't know if that's like I don't know which one of the Paladin resistances things that is, but that is super nice because that'll actually help Paladins feel like a tank rather than like a halfway point between the two. Increase the values of aura effects from Paladin skill tree. Ooh, very nice. I'm excited to see what those numbers have become because I kind of remembered a lot of them were fairly mid, but like still kind of useful. So that's a good buff to Pano and our other Paladins like Habitual and I don't remember who our other Paladins are. I won't lie. Oh well. Then we have some quality of life changes. Visual accessories can now be individually toggled invisible or invisible. So I'm assuming that's things like the spectacles, the masks, that kind of stuff. Battles can now be set to auto combat. Use at your own risk. Yeah, I probably won't ever use that, but fair. I know a lot of people like the auto combat stuff. When teaching a teamwork skill, an empty slot will now be pre-selected. That's actually a really nice quality of life thing. When using the skill muscle charge, get an amount prompt. This is super nice because it's a skill that you can use like 6 times a turn, and only costs like 2 MP and no AP. And so yeah, it's one that if you're gonna use it, you tend to just spam all 6 of them. So it's nice that it gives an amount prompt now. I was actually very excited to read that. Added an event that returns Ferdinand the Talking Sword if it gets lost for any reason. So like if a party that has Ferdinand just wipes, there's a way to get him back. It will revert back to the lowest tier to prevent abuse. The value has been set to 0 for the lowest tier. Excuse me. Added a setting to turn off the walking sound. I don't dislike the walking sound, but I guess some people do. So, and then for controllers, when the dialogue choices pop up, there will be a half-second delay before a dialogue option can be chosen. This is to prevent accidental choosing when repeatedly skipping dialogues. That's actually a very nice quality of life. And then for content, there's 2 new face types, so we will go check those out. Hopefully, hopefully I'll be able to tell them apart. I mean, they should just tack them on in the end, but 4 new hairstyles for the females and 3 new hairstyles for the males. A new legendary class, the Silver Knight, which is, I believe, is going to be our new defending class. Which is a tier 3 tank with high mobility to support their allies. So I'm very excited to see what this looks like. It also automatically generates reflection stacks and new dialogues after completing the siege quest, which we have not done yet. So that's actually really cool. We'll get to see that. So that is it for the DLC. Or sorry, for the free update. That is the free update. Everybody who already has the game has that right now. This, however, is the DLC, which adds a new class line of the Spearman to the Impaler to the Storm Piercer, which is a powerful melee fighter with extended reach and supports their allies with precise, high accuracy follow-up attacks, likely due to that extra reach. Since the Knights can get a reach of 2, I really hope that they have like a range of 3, like minimum, or like start with a range of 2 and then like get up to a range of 3. But I don't know. We'll have to see. There's also a new advanced class of Ninja. Aid your team from the shadows to play shadow clones to confuse and disrupt enemies. I'm excited to see what that means and looks like. New quest location, the Tower of the Wizard King, which is what the DLC is named after. Ascend floor by floor, facing ever stronger enemies. Earn Wizard King coins instead of standard loot. Spend coins on exclusive items at Mechan's shop. And choose boons to aid your climbs or burdens for greater rewards. It then also adds brand new quests and assignments, fierce new enemies, and 5 challenging boss battles. And as I said earlier, as you can see, until October 23rd, which is what, just like a week from now? No, a little over a week. Actually, is it 2 weeks? 14 days? No. No, it's about a week and a half. Welcome in. I'm gonna call you Ryu. But welcome in, Ryu. How you doing? Angie, god damn it. But yeah, so if you guys do have the game and are interested, I mean 10% off isn't a lot when the DLC is $5, but hey, money off is money off. Thank you, Cherry, for avenging me. But anyways, let me just hide that now. No, Cherry, I'm mad. Oh, you get over it. Oh, immediate. This is why I left it on that previous screen, because I absolutely had a feeling that as soon as we loaded, something new was going to happen. Guildmaster. God damn it, Rogue. One day you'll be the death of me if you don't stop jumping at me out of nowhere. That's a week. Today's 16 plus 7. Okay, so yeah, for a week. I'm sorry, Guildmaster, but there's something important I have to tell you. Thinking about buying the base game, what's your thought? This is one of my favorite games. I love this game so much. I don't remember how much the um base game actually is, considering I own it. Um Oh, it is. Oh, wait, no, that's for that. It's 15. Yeah, I for $15 and then $5 for the DLC as well. $20. I would happily pay $20 again for this game. I have played this game. Oh God, what are my hours on this game? So it is my one, two, three, four, five, six, sixth most played game on Steam. Um, It's actually getting close to being my fifth most played game on Steam. Um, and I have put 300 hours into this game. I love this game so, so much. It is an absolutely fun, both like guild builder, but also just like turn-based RPGs, uh, which is one of my favorite genres. I am so happy with it. It's also got a funny storyline, not like the greatest storyline you've ever seen, but like well-designed characters, well-designed classes. Uh it's so good. Indy, why are you so upset? What specifically are you upset about? Is it because I spoiled the one, like that one of the megas exist? Also enjoy your lurk if you're not going to respond to me. But no, I think this game is so worth the money. And if you love spears as much as I do, which I absolutely love spears, they're one of my favorite weapons in like all games. How would you say is the split between combat and team building? Um, I would say it kind of depends on what you like to spend most of your time on. I would say it's probably 75 to 80% combat, and then like the remaining 20 to 25% um like team building and guild management. Um but honestly, you could spend a lot, like you could absolutely just take your time on like this guild screen, and managing stuff. I know, I'm sorry, Andy. The fact that you just so happen to swap out somebody who didn't have a mega, well, okay, a new mega, I should say, because technically, what's his face does have one. I don't remember his name, but the fact that you swapped out somebody who had a mega for somebody who got a new mega, like it was way too fucking perfect. Like it was way too coincidental. I thought you knew. I'm also angry too. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Andy, you should be excited because it means that you get to use him now. But as I was saying, Rio, you could easily spend like tons of time fussing over inventory stuff. You do need to do combats to get resources though. Um so combat is a very necessary part of the game. They did in this update just add auto battle. So I mean, I guess if you don't really like playing out the combat, you can let your characters automatically fight. Um, but if you do that, no way, that's perfect. The auto battler, or because if you are going to use the auto battler, I would probably recommend having permadeath turned off. But do I need the DLC for that? That is a great question. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think that's a part of the quality of life edition, I think. Let me check. Yep, quality of life. Battles can now be set to auto combat. Yep, that is just in the update. So no DLC required for that. Yep, if you don't like playing out combats, then you can let the auto battler do that. And that is a part of update 1.7, not a part of the DLC. If you do like spears, you will need the new DLC, or if you want the ninja class, or what was the final? What all did the DLC add? If you want the Spearman, Impaler, or Stormpiercer class, which are all spear based, if you want the Ninja class, and then if you want the new quest location, um, then you will need to get the DLC. Not like I don't like playing the combat, I just sometimes want to brain off relax. That's very fair. That is very fair. I was gonna use him anyway, probably since this isn't a mainline generation. I don't have to limit myself to new Pokemon only like I do for each first playthrough. That's very fair. But I'm sorry, MG. I wasn't trying to spoil anything. I thought you knew. That's why I thought you picked him. I'm sorry, Go Master, but there's something important I have to tell you. Oh, what is it this time? I think we've been infiltrated by an unknown entity. Uh-oh. Thanks for taking the time explaining. I'll get the game. Hell yeah! I'm glad to hear that. I'm so excited for people to play this game because I love it so much. It's such a cool game. Strange things have been happening around here. Some items went missing for a while, only to return. People have been complaining that someone's stealing their food, and I'm certain someone has been sleeping on my secret bed while I wasn't there. Secret bed? What about the room we gave you? It'd be crazy to think I'd sleep somewhere everyone knows I'm vulnerable. Well, ignoring that, uh, is it in my strike zone? And if so, I'll take it. Oh my god, Cherry! Oh my lord. Do you have any idea who the intruder is? No, and it's frustrating. Usually, I'd never have this much trouble finding a spy once I know they're there. I fear this one might be even better than me at erasing their presence. Thank you, Ryu, for the follow. Knowing you, that's quite the compliment. And also very concerning. Do you think you can flush them out? I won't rest until I have. I'm assuming this is going to be our ninja teacher. Oh, Falcon's probably going to introduce our Silver Knight, which is the new defender or legendary defend tank class, which also is a part of the free update, not a part of the DLC, which is really cool. Hey, Guildmaster. Hello, Falcon. Is something the matter? You seem excited. I am, because I have someone special here who wanted to meet you. Oh no, this is the spear. Duh. I forgot that. Yeah, the spear is going to introduce first. So actually, I wonder if the spear gets introduced instantly then, because like it has a starter class line, so I'm kind of interested. Oh no, this is probably for the Storm Piercer. This is probably the legendary teacher. That's why, or will eventually be the legendary teacher. So I don't know. Are you the guild master? I am, and who's asking? My name is Saren. Don't be so modest with your introduction. You're Saren, the Monster Slayer, the Scourge of Beasts, Defender of the People. Is he famous? Don't tell me you haven't heard of him. He's like a folk hero. For years, this man's been wandering the lands, killing the most dangerous of monsters. Thanks to him, many villagers have become much safer, and he never even asked for a reward for it. He's also very famous for his skills with the spear. They say his skills with the spear is unmatched by anyone in the world. Just Saren is fine. I'm nothing special. That's why I need the Adventurers Guild's help. What do you need help with? Have you ever heard of the Thunder Fang? Is that a fucking lightning dragon? And I'm Cherry the Ice Witch. I mean, the Ice Witch.
I got a new car.
Hey, nice.
It's a 2024 Mitsubishi Outlander.
That sounds better.
A lot better. Drives a lot better.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately, I only have it for a couple of days because get that car back on the 21st.
That's okay. You'll just put it back in the shop, right? How long can you keep your car on the shop to keep getting rentals?
Until the 21st.
Damn. Have you ever heard of the Thunder Fang? That 100% has to be a lightning dragon. Oh, no, it's actually a wolf. Ooh, okay, a lightning wolf is actually cooler. I have, if I remember correctly, it's an unusual wolf with quite the notoriety. I heard it's capable of using lightning magic, and that it has some responsible for the destruction of several villages in the past. So that means that there's a lightning, there's a storm talon, so a lightning bird, and now also a lightning wolf. No, I didn't capitalize the W in witch the first time. At least I think capitalizing it at the point is right to do, since it is a title. That's true. But you also have to remember your class is also a witch. So your title is Ice Witch, the Witch. Cherry Ice Witch, or Ice Witch Cherry the Witch.
How original.
Eventually it'll be Ice Queen Cherry the Witch. Or would your title actually be the Ice Witch Queen Cherry? Ooh, I like that. The Ice Witch Queen. And then I think I would then be like the Lightning Witch Queen. Because I think mine's also Lightning Queen. At its final one. Very cool. Good names. You're correct. I've been hunting that monster for years now. It's the sole reason why I became a monster slayer. Really, that's kind of cool, actually. I always like I need to... No! I just got cleaned. Why do you... He's always... No, that was Gummy. And she was the one that did it originally. But I always like I started hunting things to take on this big, powerful thing. And then became really good at it. kind of things. You know. Once managed to confront it, but we both narrowly escaped with our lives that day. Ever since then, I've been able to find Thunderfang again, no matter how hard I try. I realize that it will never let me get close to it anymore. I mean, that's fair. I would do everything in my power to stay away from the thing that nearly killed me. That's why I need your help. I need you to continue my hunt for me, to do what I failed to do. You want us to hunt and slay the Thunderfang? Yes, I will still help you, of course. With my experience, I should be able to find a trail eventually. But your adventurers will have to hunt it down without my involvement in the end. My presence would just alert the Thunderfang. I have to admit, that's quite the daunting task. You're asking of us. You're the first person I've ever heard who survived an encounter with the Thunderfang. Also, RA was gonna do it today, but anyways, have fun. Wait, do what? Oh, you weren't going to do it. Is that what you meant? I wasn't gonna do it. Anyways, Gummy, enjoy the lurk. Thank you. Also, you're mean for pouring chocolate milk on me, but whatever. I have to admit, my apologies. I know it was too much to ask. Wait, don't misunderstand me. I didn't say we wouldn't do it. Does that mean... That's right. As the Guildmaster of the Adventurers Guild, I accept your request. I am forever grateful, Guildmaster. Unfortunately, I don't have any money to compensate you with. That's no problem at all. I have a great idea to solve that issue. How about you stay with us for the time being and help us train our adventurers? I'm sure they could learn much from your skill with the spear. If you think that would suffice. Say yes, Guildmaster. We can't let this talent slip through our hands. Sure. I don't see any downsides to that arrangement. Then I will do my best to repay my debt to you. Wonderful. Then how about I show you around? Let's head to the training ground. I'll introduce you to the others. And I was left here asking, why was the spear so big, though? I mean, to be fair, I don't suspect that Thunder, something with a legendary name like Thunderfang, and also a notoriety enough of destroying villages, is a small creature. I suspect it's probably a 2x2 creature. Or, since it's a new boss, maybe a 3x3. It's head-sized? Yeah, this thing's probably like a 3x3 grid. This thing's probably like 3 times... or I guess that would be like 9 times the size of a person? Because, like, the dragon's the only enemy that I'm aware of. Right now, at least. Because, maybe there's a final thing. Spears are supposed to be small and pointy. Yeah, well, this is anime logic, so... Get out of here. Be gone! With his thoughts. I bet he was planning this from the beginning. Of course he was. Hey. Guildmaster, I bring wonderful news. You've been invited by the Wizard King. The Wizard King? Who's that? You don't know the Wizard King? He's only the hottest topic going around right now. Really? Bruh. Really? I haven't heard a single person mention him. Then allow me to enlighten you, Guildmaster. Some time ago, a mysterious tower just appeared out of nowhere. Apparently, it belongs to a powerful wizard, known as the Wizard King. This eccentric man has been sending invitations to prominent adventurers, challenging them to conquer his tower in exchange for incredible rewards. And why would he do that? Who knows? Maybe he's just bored and wants to turn his tower into some kind of amusement park. But that's not important. What's important is that the Adventurers Guild has also been invited. So what do you say, Guildmaster? Sounds suspicious. There's no need to worry. I can personally vouch for the Wizard King. Everything's legit. I'll even be the one managing the rewards. Plus, there's a powerful spell in the okay, that is what I was hoping. So, because I heard that it would get like progressively harder and harder, and I was like, okay, but like, I don't want to die. I don't want to lose adventures to something that gets progressively harder and harder because I get a little too greedy. So I'm glad that there's a powerful spell in the tower that prevents anyone from dying. That is so good. So there's really all upside and no downsides. And how exactly are you involved in all this? Let's just say the Wizard King and I are very close. Meccan, are you the Wizard King? But what? Wait, isn't that tower good to get the death resist achievement then? So it probably functions similarly to the no permadeath thing, where like your adventurer dies but resurrects at like the exit of the tower, something like that. All right, I need to well, there's things happen. I have taco soup now. What is taco soup? What? I'm so confused. Shit, anime logic me forgot. Do you mean shit you write? We do not need some wizard king around, damn. Taco scoopers, man, candy scoopers, but for tacos. What? We have two future magic queens here, true. Wait, isn't that okay. I did mean shit you right, didn't even notice. Yeah, you just typed shit you shit, and I was like, what? What? I am shocked, Guildmaster, that you would entertain such a ridiculous suspicion. I won't even dignify that question with an answer. Good day, Guildmaster. That wasn't a no, Meccan. Hey, we have a new tutorial. Love that. You have now unlocked access to the Tower of the Wizard King and a new category of quests. Okay, so it's a whole separate quest thing. Nice. In this quest type, you will ascend the tower, facing increasingly powerful enemies. Ultimate goal is to reach the final floor, floor 60, where the Wizard King awaits you for the final battle. On each floor, you have a choice of 3 portals. To ascend to the next level, the icons above the portals indicate what kind of challenge or rewards await you there. Okay, so the crossed swords. The next floor contains a normal battle, rewarding you with coins. 3 swords. The next floor contains an elite battle, rewarding you with coins and items. A chest. The next floor contains a treasure chest. Its rarity depends on the floor number. A star. You can choose between a boon or a burden. A green plus. The next floor will heal your adventurers. And then a red helmet. The next floor contains a boss battle. Most battle rules will reward you only with Wizard King coins. These can be used to obtain special items from Meccan. Very nice. Yeah, where it looks like he has a separate thing in his market stall, which can get you things like fire staffs. Now, notice you can buy up to 5 of the staffs. Can the staffs be upgraded now, I wonder? Or maybe they always could? I don't know. Oh, look at that. So removes cowardly, removes dumb, removes frail, removes weak. Ooh, that's neat. Happiness potion. Escape scroll. Interesting. Thank you, Alex. Or maybe some people use so many of them? Maybe. I don't know. Because, like, it also has the slasher blade, which used to be, like, something I thought you only could get once. There's also the legendary, the divine bow, God Sight, 16 physical attack, 10 physical penetration, and 20 accuracy. Has a special trait of God, or second special attack of God Sight. So for 40 BP cost, no limits on a 3-turn cooldown. Has 100% chain attack chance until next turn. That's pretty good. God, imagine like Zana or even B with that. That'd be terrifying. The Widowmaker. Plus 15 crit, 35 physical penetration. Jesus Christ. And Massacre. 40 BP cost, 5-turn cooldown, no limits. Jump to an adjacent tile to the target and apply the following effects. 180 to 220% physical attack bonus as physical damage. If the target dies, repeat effects on another enemy who is no more than 2 tiles away. Prioritize enemies with lower health. Holy shit. Sorry, Jimbles. That's a pretty cool one. And then we have we have a spear. 18 physical attack, 10 physical penetration, and 20 accuracy. It has pierce the sky. Oh, what in the fuck is that? Okay, it only affects enemies, which is good. Okay, so it looks like it targets an adjacent tile, but then hits like everything around it, which is very interesting. Has a 5-turn cooldown, no limit, can be dodged though. Does 80 to 120 physical attack bonus, physical damage, as well as 40 to 80% of your accuracy as true damage. Interesting. Then we have the Reality Bender Staff. 15 accuracy, 15 magical attack, 5 physical attack, and 20 magical penetration, and absolute power. Ooh, which grants all the meta magics. Okay. Wait, does it apply all of them at once, or does it add each of them? And with no limit, but on a two-turn cooldown. Interesting. And then it looks like there's one, a sword and shield. So no great sword. Where we have the Echo of Triumph. Oh, I didn't look at the base stats. 10 physical attack, 20 block, 20 physical penetration. And then we have Echo of Triumph. So it can target enemies and allies, has a 5-turn cooldown, no limit. If the target is an ally, shield 1, which shield is a new thing. The next damage this unit receives is reduced to 1. Every damage instance reduces the stack amount by 1. Okay. So basically you just reduce the next attack down to 1. And then if it's an enemy, it is stunned until the next turn. Interesting. And then also 5 legendary or skill point potions, which is pretty crazy. Oh, wait, what's this? Blessed Amulet. Damage reduction, bravery, hit points, SP, divine protection. Unit is immune to the effects of demonic whispers and terrified. Oh, wow. That's actually pretty good. Oh, I did it? Oh, yeah, its range is 0. Wait. Oh, so you can just target anywhere on the map. Or does it... Wait, or does it target everything on the map? Yeah, wait, I think it targets everything. So I think you use 40 SP and 40 BP to shield all allies and stun all enemies. Okay, that made this thing go from like mid to fucking top tier. I was like, I don't know, I feel like the other ones are a bit better, but that actually makes that thing really good. I don't even remember what Carpy's is. I think, does Carpy just have... Oh, he's the demonic one. Oh my god, I forgot he had a thing that just gave him a flat 20% as well. As well as the fact that his armor is 15. So no, he actually has even more damage resist. He has a 45% damage resist now. Because... No, that's Stalwart Defender. Resist Mastery? No, that's Protector. Where's Resist Mastery? Is it this one? No, that's Magical Resistance. Oh, there it is. Resist Mastery now gives a 10% damage reduction, which is the top option there. So yeah, not only does this man have ridiculously high defenses of 175 physical resist, 235 fire, and 135 earth, lightning, and ice, he also then, on top of that, just ignores 45% of damage. Was empowerment that you do more damage, or what was it? That's empowerment. The For whatever reason, the damage reduction, the general damage reduction, is in the empowerment tree. See? For whatever reason, it's not in like defenses. I mean, it's not in defenses probably because there was nowhere to fit it. It could have been in stats, but I guess I see why they put it here. But yeah, it is damage reduction. Now, what is interesting is we don't have. Whoops! Oh my god! Fuck! Everybody's busy. Oh, this is training. Whoops! Not classes. Unfortunately, Kirby is busy. Yeah, see, we have two... Oh, wait, no, Silver Knight is available. Okay. Which means we don't have Stormpiercer, and we don't have, whatever the rogue one is. Oh, look at the Impaler! Oh. Oh, and Spearman looks so cute. Hang on. Well, that's a bug. Where's the spear? Everybody else looks great, and then you have Spearman. Yeah, Reaper's also missing. Yeah, it just works. Magic damage increase. Any new stats to screen them? Magic damage increase. Everything. Yeah, that's true. That's really funny. But I love the outfit. The outfit's so cute. And then we have Impaler, which also is not showing right. Love that. And then we don't know what the Storm Talon looks like yet. But here's what the Silver Knight looks so good. Wait, let's see what Carpy would look like as the Silver Knight. Since, let's be honest, Carpy's getting the Silver Knight. Nope, that's not one. Oh, fuck yeah. And he probably would actually have his Demonic Sword and Shield. But obviously it doesn't show that new thing. Does he? Yeah, okay, it's also fucked up for him. Nice. But hell yeah. Although I really like the Spearman's outfit more than the Impaler's. The Impaler's is cute. Or like is nice. It fits, but I do really like the Spearman. So let us go look at, speaking of the Spearman. So they have a unique skill, increased chain attack chance by 10%. Nice. Okay, so they actually are a more chain attack. They also have the encourage one, which makes sense. A lot of people have that. First aid, and then joint training, which is actually a new camping skill. Swordmaster, cool class name. Yeah. Does your hand hurt? Probably. Holding the yeah, it probably would. That's why you wear gloves, obviously. Oh, so they wear medium armors. Interesting. I mean, I guess that makes sense because they're kind of a mid range. So joint training, increase target's chain attack chance by 10% for the next 3 battles. Okay, interesting. Probably not a super useful one, but okay. Bonus physical attack bonus, health, dodge, initiative, and accuracy. Increasing to bleed resistance, mind resistance, and physical resistance. B stat in pretty important stats, actually. Like, pretty good stats. And then C's and 2 other good ones. And it makes sense that intelligence is their dump. With the basic spear techniques of Eagle Stab, dealing 100 to 140% physical attack bonus as physical damage, already starting at a range of 2. See, that is exactly what I was hoping for. Yes! With a height tolerance of 1 as well, it's not bad, which makes sense. Hell yeah. As 5 SP does take your full attack, that makes sense. And then you have Spear Ward, plus 20 block, and plus 20 dodge into your next turn. Interesting. So it kind of implies that you use both. Or that you can use either. So maybe you can build yourself as one or the other. I don't know. We then also have Spear Accuracy, increasing accuracy by 15, which then means you probably would want accuracy training, since it seems that it really benefits from accuracy. First Aid removes bleeding, poison, and restores 25% hit points, and it can be used on self and ally within a range of 3. That's actually really good. So it's kind of a supportive melee character. That's interesting. Second line, as long as this unit is adjacent to an ally, it will have an additional 20% chain attack chance. Wow, okay. I wonder if just a team of 6 spearmen is good. Advanced spear techniques then get us Flurry of Spears, which has a range of 2 and then targets 3 or to the 2 targets adjacent to the left and right. 30 to 7% physical attack bonus is physical damage, and then makes them vulnerable, or gives them vulnerable 3 for 2 turns. And then Sweeping Strike, which targets everything, all 8 squares around you, doing 30 to 70 physical attack bonus as physical damage, and moves 1 tile from caster or until interrupted. Okay, so just kind of a simple knock away. You then have Spear Mastery 2, which gives you an additional 20% accuracy. So the first one increases by 15. Then if you do that, that's just a straight up 25. And then you can get 20% more accuracy as well. So a good amount of accuracy buffs. And then you have the BP skill of Phalanx. So it costs 10 BP, no SP, but it does cost your entire turn, which gives you 100% chain attack chance until your next turn. Which actually I think was a similar thing that the Divine Spear did. So very interesting. Very simple starting class. Not a whole lot to it. Yeah. Then we have the Impaler, which requires 10 strength and 12 dex. Fair. It gets the new skill of Keep at Bay. Unit does not trigger counters and can counter enemies that are 2 tiles away. Ooh, that's cool. Because one of the biggest downsides with the Knight class is that they can't counter things that are 2 tiles away. Even though they can hit from 2 tiles away. They still have to counter somebody that's next to them. Seems that the spear class ignores that. It also has Night Watch. It then gains Night Watch, allowing you to reduce ambush chance, meaning that you don't need a ranger in your party to do that. So that's interesting. Or I think also the rogue classes have that, but I could be wrong. Very nice. It also increases the physical attack bonus by 7, HP by 8, dodge by 5, initiative by 8, and accuracy by 10. And then still keeps to the same bleed, mind, and physical resistance. It does bump your dex up to an A, your wisdom up to an A, and I think your endurance up to a B. Actually, I think endurance and willpower up to a B. So decent buffs. Kind of sucks that your strength is still a B, despite the fact that it is still going to be a very vital part of your kit. But I do suspect that because of the accuracy, dodge, and initiative increases of dex, some of your, like a lot of your accuracy will become important for damage. Also, I didn't go over the battle tactics training tree because, like, of course I didn't. Like, that's just kind of a staple of the melee classes, and they all have that, so there's no real point. But you then also have Impaler training. Oh my lord, the names are fucking insane. Aim for the eyes. So these are all stances. These are 3 stances. So you have aim for the eyes, which costs 10 to go into and 5 to maintain. Skills. So weapon skills gain the following effects: -30 accuracy until next turn, but grant weakened 2 until next turn. So not super great, in all honesty. Oh no, wait, I'm sorry. They gain the following. So it's not that it's lowering your accuracy; it lowers their accuracies and weakens them. That's actually pretty good. Okay, sorry, that's my bad. Aim for the legs, which lowers their dodge by 30 until next turn and reduces their movement by 1 until next turn. Or aim for the shoulder, which grants -15 hostile crit chance reduction until next turn and vulnerable 2. Okay. Vulnerable 2 is pretty good. I think, honestly, aim for the... Like, I think all 3 are good and it's very situational, but I think shoulder for vulnerable or eyes for accuracy. Probably, honestly, shoulder is probably the best one. And also it can ignore their an enemy's crit chance reduction. Or can, like, bypass it. Very nice. Then it also has Sentinel, one of my favorite feats in D&D. But Sentinel, this unit can also counter when adjacent allies are getting targeted and enemies are in range of a counter. Oh, so if an enemy is, so let's treat these boxes like tiles. Let's say this is you, this is your ally, and this is an enemy attacking your ally. Even though they aren't attacking you, because they're attacking an ally and in your range of 2, thanks to the keep at bay, allowing you to counter an enemy that's 2 tiles away, you can now counter. You then can counterattack them even though they didn't even attack. And that would use a counter thing, which means there's still a chance that you do a chain attack. So you could chain attack them and then counterattack them, all without them having to actually target you. That's pretty cool. It could also be a situation like this, where this is you, enemy, ally. Oh wait, no, it does say an adjacent ally, doesn't it? When adjacent allies. Okay, yeah. Interesting. You then have legendary spear techniques of Impale. So no cooldown on this. 50 to 90 physical attack bonus is physical. It applies vulnerable 2 for 3 turns. It also targets 3 enemies in a line. And then you have Point Breaker. 30 to 70 physical attack bonus as physical damage. Plus 30 to 70 accuracy as true damage. There it is. Yeah, so there's some of the doing more damage based on your accuracy. And then Spear Mastery 3, 30% of accuracy will be added to physical attack bonus. And I was also suspecting that. And then also spear stance, which ironically enough isn't a stance, which is kind of funny. But costs 25 SP and 30 BP, and also 3 AP. Overwatch Spear until next turn. Overwatch Spear will attack any enemy acting in range. If an enemy is hit, their turn will be interrupted. I think the bows also have that. Very nice. And then yeah, we do not have the rogue or sorry, not rogue, ninja or obviously Stormpiercer yet, so we